We're live. No viewers yet. I hope I am actually on this logged in as SaveAFox and not as myself. But I'm sure we'll see soon enough. Is that the chat button? Top chat. We have one viewer. How do I see the note?
Yeah, how do you see the comments? Maybe they just come up over there?
Oh, there we go. There's a comment. Cool. Okay. All right, we got 9 people in here. Whoa.
You're too tall.
Oh, sorry. Is that better? All right. So we're gonna wait for this to fill up. Since we didn't really announce this, we're kind of just going for it. So we're gonna let the stream go for a little while so people can get in here. Also, I'm sure there's some lag with our speaking and the video because the internet down here is, hey, that person's in Florida, hi. Yeah, so we're just we'll take it very slow and kind of hold the camera steady so you can see things without the lag affecting the picture quality, hopefully. There's more people in Florida.
How many people should we wait till we have before we start?
1,000? Yeah, probably what, 365 now, but it also takes a long time to update, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Someone's moving to Florida next month?
Yeah.
Where are you moving from?
Yeah, you come help us. How old am I? I am 57.
No.
Not yet. I look like it though.
We don't sleep much.
No. Hello from China. Hi. I feel like the view counter is actually updating really slowly, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. We're in Groveland, Florida right now.
Yep. Just to the west of Orlando. Hi, Nadia. Well, the comments are
Brazil
coming in really fast in the comments.
Yeah, where are you from? Where's everybody from? Let's do that first.
Yeah. Let's see where everybody's from here. Milwaukee.
England,
I've been there.
Canada.
Milwaukee also makes great tools.
Florida,
Washington,
Poland.
Rome.
This
jealous.
necklace. I had somebody, or Ethan had somebody make this from.
Yes, that necklace
Poland.
was carved in Poland.
Brazil, Ohio, Indiana.
Indiana Jones.
Norway. Cool.
United Arab Emirates.
Turkey, Argentina.
Oh, turkey sounds delicious right
now. That's Fox food, Ethan.
Yeah, you're right. No, we can't get Finnegan to lick the camera. There's no Finnegan down here, unfortunately. Germany. Cool. Georgia.
So if you're just joining, we're just having everyone say where they're from.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So
leave
a comment and tell us where you're from.
As more people come.
I've seen a few Georgias, but I don't know if it's Georgia the state or the Georgia the country. Minnesota, hey!
Hey! Planet Earth, wow.
It's very specific of you. Belgium. Oh, all I can think of is food. Belgium waffles.
You must be hungry.
I am very hungry.
Ireland, a couple.
Colorado, Gaga. You're from Lady Gaga?
Sweden.
Another Poland.
Australia.
Well, should we let people come in some more? Should we start on the tour, or what do you think?
Let's give people just a couple more minutes.
Yeah, that works. I guess we've only been on here for a few minutes. Australia. We would love to go to Australia someday.
Yeah.
Even though I'm terrified of all the wildlife there, because it seems like it kind of all wants to kill you. She's braver than I am. Romania. Portugal. New York and Iowa. Those are two very, very different places. Taiwan.
Who's in this chat who's lived in 2 different countries? How about that?
That's a good one.
Born in one country, living in another.
It's a big move.
Let's see if we have any of those.
Grew up in Iowa and now in New York. Turkey. Norway to Sweden. Okay.
That's cool.
A little hop and a skip away.
You can visit this place eventually.
Yes, yes, you can.
Cuba, New Hampshire.
Wow, that's a big move.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very English. Mary is taking care of the foxes while we are in Florida.
She's our animal caretaker. We have a couple paid employees that take care of the animals.
Yep, we do have also a number of volunteers that help when we're down here as well.
I don't even know how do you say that? Oh, okay.
I'm not sure actually. All right, well, should we?
Male or female fox easier to take care of? It just depends on the fox.
Yeah.
I used to say that I think the male foxes are more affectionate, but I've had females that are just as affectionate, so I don't know. I kind of feel like male animals in general can sometimes be more laid back, but
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too, is male. Should we start our
let's
start
start
our tour? Let's do it.
Let's start.
So I'm going to rotate this camera around here, and we're going to show you what we have going on here. Oh.
For those of you who don't know, we're in Florida. This is Florida SaveAFox right now, so this video is to answer any of your questions on what we got going on out here, and just a progress update.
So you can see here we have some runs going and cages attached to them. So we have a double gate system for all of this. The gates are not actually up yet, but we're working on it. So there will be one gate right here that goes into this alley, and you go through that. And once you're in the alleyway, there is a gate there and a gate there to go into the actual yards. So
are you still reading the questions too? You forgot.
Yeah, I was going to talk for a little bit. So yeah, the foxes, even if they were able to like bolt out one gate, they couldn't get through the other gate, which is nice. How many foxes per yard? So
probably around 4.
Yeah, I think about 4 would be good.
Yeah, foxes are naturally solitary animals, so it's actually kind of difficult to get foxes to get along in big groups, and usually the biggest group on average is like 4 foxes that I could get to get along pretty well. Unless they're all related, then sometimes you can get them to get along in bigger groups. So
yep,
4 foxes per yard.
And they should have plenty of room. We're also going to do lots of enrichment, you know, jumps and runs, and also little underground dens so they can stay cool in here. We do also have to do dig guard around the outside and lean in on the top, otherwise they would climb out super easy. But yeah, nice big yards, and then they will spend the night in the cages there.
We still need perches, you know, and shelves and stuff in the cages.
Yep, the cages will have lots of enrichment in them as well, so they're not just, you know, bored in there at night. Do I know the Muffin Man? Yeah, I think so. It's a random question. So yeah, like in this yard, the lean-in will have to be kind of a little inventive with it, because there's a tree right there, and there is a lot of this property has a ton of trees, as you can see. There's a lot going on here. But the volunteers have been down here busting their butts like crazy to put these cages up, and all of these 4 cages are very close to being done. In which case, all this yard needs is just dig guard and lean in, and these will be ready for foxes technically. So if you want, we can walk them through some more of the property. You think go down by the front yard cages?
Should we give them a second to ask some questions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Move?
Where is this location? So we are in Groveland, which is about 45 minutes west of Orlando. And yes, you can volunteer here. We've had volunteers coming here for years now, actually, to try to help clean this place up and build things and lots of maintenance and stuff like that. So yeah, I think even just last Saturday we had about 16 volunteers here. So if you do want to volunteer, you can go on our website and put in a volunteer application form, and hopefully we'll see you here. That would be awesome.
How's the internet connection for everybody, or the connection of the video?
Let's see.
Because the connection out here really sucks.
Yeah, the internet in rural Florida is not very good. Video frame rate is good, quality is not so good. I guess that's kind of what I expected. At least the audio is good. Sorry about that. I'll try to hold the camera very steady so maybe it can kind of load in the picture. It's in 30 pixels. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, so maybe show them the enclosures again and stay on.
Yeah, sure. I'll go over here so you can see what an enclosure looks like. So this one is kind of like mid-completion. You can kind of see we put down some ground concrete and then sand on top of that, and then pavers on top of that. So they don't have anywhere to dig in their cages, which is good because they can dig out of places pretty quick if they wanted to. And then if you want to look up here, you can see the situation we have. So if you look right along there, we will do kind of platforms and stuff for them to climb on, and little ramps up to it, and maybe a little shelf up there where we'll put like a fox box probably, and they can have a little place to hide. Sorry if it's pixelated. I apologize. I'm seeing more people asking where we are. We are in Gofund, Florida. About 45 minutes away from Orlando. And there is a complete cage. Complete aside from the roof. The roof still has to go on. We have the tin here finally. A lot of things are on back order, so it's been a little difficult getting materials, but it's finally coming in now. These foxes probably will not get to experience snow, no. I'm assuming most of the foxes we've taken down here will probably just stay down here.
Yeah, a lot of them will come from like already being here in the south as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Will all of the enclosures have foxes immediately on completion? No, they won't right away. We're getting a lot of the other stuff finished. We don't just want to throw animals in here right away, so we have to make sure from a paperwork aspect everything is good. We want to make sure everything is fully staffed and able to operate while we're not down here. And
yeah,
we have
so we need somebody who, yeah, let's go over our Florida plan.
Yeah, so I don't have the paperwork here with me right now.
Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need to find somebody off the bat that's gonna be able to, of course, take care of the animals. We need somebody who's going to be able to take care of the medical needs. So if there's like an emergency situation, the foxes have to be brought to the vet. We need somebody on call for emergency situations. We need somebody on call for emergency surrenders. So if like a fox is seized somewhere in Florida here and the FWC contacts us and they're like, hey, we got a fox that needs a place to go. We need somebody down here and ready to pick the foxes up, bring them here. We need somebody to make sure we constantly have the inventory of all the supplies we need. You know, we constantly update the Amazon wish lists and stuff. And can you think of something I'm missing?
I don't think so.
I'm missing something.
Aside from just like regular tasks, like someone on like groundskeeping duty.
Yep.
We'll have someone do a perimeter check of the fence every single day, at least once a day. And then someone to do, you know, cleaning and animal dishes and food prep and basically everything we have to do in Minnesota, we just have to redo it down here, which we are able to make it run in Minnesota while we're not there. So if we can do it once, we can do it twice, right? Yep. So we do also have a large number of volunteers that have been coming here regularly. So all of them will kind of get you know, to pick what their strong suit is, if they want to do like tour guides, or if they would want to do, you know, like one-on-one interaction or vet runs, that kind of thing. So it's nice that you know, people that have been here helping can kind of select what they prefer to do once this place is up and running.
Why is Finnegan called Finnegan? So Finnegan's kind of just like an Irish name, and he's a red fox, so that's why I named him Finnegan.
He's a ginger. We need an update on Finnegan. Finnegan is doing just fine. I'm sure he's at home relaxing under a tree somewhere right now. The rescue in Florida is just called SaveAFox South. So it's not like a separate entity or anything like that. It's just another location of SaveAFox. I've seen a couple comments asking what your first fox's name is, or name was.
So the first fox I ever named was a wildlife rehab fox. So this was a fox that I helped bottle raise, and then it had to be released into the wild. And his name was Nico. And then my first domestic like pet fox, like the foxes I work with now, her name was SaveAFox. So if you get the reference, comment.
So up here we have 4 more cages, and the runs attached to them will be identical to the ones you just saw back there. So we're trying to keep everything kind of similar here, so it's, you know, easy for the volunteers to navigate. And also, if we need to like move foxes back and forth, it'll basically just feel like they came from where they just came from. Also, these will all be painted different colors and numbered, so it'll be really easy for volunteers. You know, you can say, oh, go clean out blue cage or red cage, that kind of thing. We'll do a nice site plan map of all the cages too. How do you move the foxes to Florida? So aside from just 2 foxes, we won't really be moving them down from Minnesota. They'll just be, you know, pet surrenders and rescues coming directly here. We won't be relocating anyone from Minnesota, aside from, I think, just two foxes, right?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask this question, why we're moving like the Minnesota foxes to Florida, and that's not really the case. That's not our intent anyways. So this sanctuary is just like another location to be able to take in more rescues, and to especially be able to take in rescues that are like desert fox species. So like fennec foxes we might get surrendered, or like Fozzie, he's a Rupal sand fox. And then also some of the fur farm rescues are born with like genetic problems where they can't really live in the cold, so this is also a good place for them. And then we transfer them by vehicle. We used to fly them, but it's kind of stressful for them too, so just drive.
Yep, cool. So I did see a couple comments coming through. What will you do during a hurricane? Sorry, I know this video looks like it was recorded in 2004 by like a toaster. I apologize. So hurricane season here in Groveland, like we're right in the middle of the state. So the worst thing we get here is like some rain and some wind. It's really not that big of a deal, but part of our FWC thing is having like an emergency plan in place, just like we do in Minnesota. So we will deal with that. Also, I did see another comment about where the foxes will hide when it's hot out. So we're actually going to do little underground dens that are kind of like a pre-shaped thing. That way the foxes don't wreck it and the sand doesn't like cave in when it rains. So they'll always have somewhere to go underground in the shade or in a fox box to get away from the sun, because it gets pretty hot here. And as far as water goes, there's whoever owned this land before us had a complete irrigation system here, so there's like water hydrants everywhere, so that'll be really easy for cleaning out waters and filling up pools and that kind of stuff. Dixie is doing fantastic. There probably are some trees that are climbable. We've tried to keep most of the yards away from the climbable trees, just so they don't have the opportunity to escape. Otherwise, most of the trees that happen to be in cages are just kind of straight up trees, like that one right there, which they wouldn't be able to climb. So not something to worry about. And we also do have rings we can put around the trees that kind of block them from climbing too high, so that works too. here we have a cage for Fozzie, which I have been working on. And it's going to have a very, very large sandbox in it. So that is Fozzie's sandbox right there. So he'll be able to go in there and dig really, really deep. It does have pavers at the base, so he can't actually dig into the ground. And
sandbox for the sandfox.
Yep, a sandbox sandfox. And we also have a double gate system here. So that way there's no chance of a little Fozzie escape. 1 gate, 2 gates. So this is pretty close to finished.
Wire.
Yep, just need to put the wire mesh up and fill the sandbox. That'll be a little bit of a task, that's for sure. Should we take him to the backyard?
Yep.
Let's do it. Fozzie will still have mom and dad. He's not going to stay out there permanently. He's way too comfortable indoors to leave him outside all the time.
Yeah.
Does Dixie have a middle name?
So we call Dixie Dixie Do, and the reason we call her that is so she doesn't get confused with Vixie, because Vixie and Dixie were both surrendered, already having their names, so we couldn't change them. So, I mean, not necessarily a middle name, but we kind of added to it. Dixie Do.
Mm-hmm. Someone said, when will the rescue be open? So we should be ready for foxes, honestly, probably in a couple months. Probably we'll have this place with foxes around fall to the end of the year. And then when we'll have it open for tours, I'm thinking probably next year.
Yeah.
Next spring, most likely.
Yeah.
We want it to operate smoothly before we go throwing, you know, tours in there and stuff like that. So it'll be a little while still, but the progress is coming along very, very well. So here we have one of our large yards in the back, and they left a gap here because it'll be another wooden cage like the ones you saw in the front. Really excited to see these yards finished because the foxes are going to absolutely love running around in there so much.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff to do and so many places to just run around and nap. And how long does a fox live? In the wild, 2 to 3 years. In captivity, probably like what, 12 to 15, I would say.
Yep.
But we were actually talking to the vet about this the other day. There is a record of a fox that lived to 21.
I think it was like 27.
Was it 27?
I think so.
I thought it was 21. 27's crazy.
Yeah.
Even 21's crazy.
Crazy number.
Sorry,
Right. I don't know.
you can't see Finnegan fox. Finnegan's not down here. I don't think Finnegan would do very well in Florida.
No.
It's a little warm down here for his taste. Had to do a little bit of a weird fence thing here with this big dip, but it'll still have a lean in on it, so not a big deal. Will Florida be taking all kinds of foxes? Not all kinds. Yeah, Arctics would not have a great time down here.
I would say Arctics are like the only one that we would not accept down here. And if we did get an Arctic surrendered here, we would just transfer it to Minnesota.
Yep.
Where it's nice and cool for them.
How old is Finnegan? 7? Right?
Something like that.
I think it's 7.
I don't keep track of birthdays. I don't want to know when they're getting old.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things that ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, around 7.
He's 7, but we can pretend he's like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we have another one of our little alleyways. So this will have a very large gate here. You go down that way and then a gate into each yard that way. Double gate system, no escapes. Sorry again to people just getting here. The video quality is not good because the internet down here is pretty terrible.
We're still trying to get better internet, but it's not looking too great.
No, there's really not even good internet offered here, so it's kind of a no-go, unfortunately. Which is also why we don't upload many videos when we're down here, because it takes all day to upload like a 3-minute video. And over here, we have a gap where there will be another wooden cage. And this is a separate yard too. And over here will be a very large pond feature for the mustelids to swim and play in. So we're very, very excited about that. Definitely. We don't have an ETA on that yet, but it is coming. Someone asked how old we are. Mikayla's 27 and I am 31. And we are in Groveland, Florida, for anyone asking again. Groveland, Florida, about 45 minutes west of Orlando. Yes, you will be able to tour SaveAFox. You can also volunteer down here as well. So Minnesota is already open for tours. I think we might be booked up for the rest of the year already.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you can always volunteer if you want to as well. People asked, who is your favorite fox?
My favorite fox?
Yeah, we can both answer.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
It's not Finnegan?
I have like my top, gosh, I don't know.
Your top like 10, probably.
I love Finnegan. Me and Emmy have like an incredibly special connection, so I really like that. Finnegan likes a lot of people, so that's kind of cool because then when I go out of town, I don't have to feel so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Fozzie, of course, loves me. But yeah, Finnegan's my baby though.
Yeah.
Finnegan's that's I'll never forget Finnegan.
No.
I'll be like 90 with dementia and I'll still remember Finnegan.
Where's Finnegan at? Mine is probably Matthias. It kind of varies. Matthias in the winter is not very fun because he's just super skittish. But I don't know. Yeah, it's either Matthias or Finnegan. It's a close call.
Even though you raised Flufla.
Even though I raised Flufla, Flufla is just, she's real crazy. Matthias is nice. He comes up for pets, and so does Finnegan. Finnegan really likes me. So this is a yurt. We're going to use this for animal encounters, which will be kind of like so you can do a regular tour, or you can do a very, very cool one-on-one with a fox in a yurt. Super exciting. And these will be attached to the yards. So you'll be able to interact with the foxes in that yard. Pretty awesome. No, Finnegan won't be coming to Florida, and we won't be permanently moving to Florida. We'll be back and forth a lot. So yeah, our time will probably be pretty evenly split between the two, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we manage like SaveAFox, but we don't by any means do all of it.
No, definitely not. There's a lot of people involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here is another yard. Pretty excited about this one too. This one will have a lot of trees, so no gray foxes in this yard because they will be able, they could climb all the way up. So this will be definitely like a red fox yard, or yeah, whoever we see fit to put here. Is that a grill? Hold on.
Building fences and
Looks like
grilling snacks.
they were grilling out while they were working.
That's so funny.
This is funny. I was like, what is that? We live in Minnesota. Yep.
Well, I think we could wrap it up now if anyone has any last questions.
Yeah, we could show them the other yurt. I mean, it's the same thing. Or we could show them inside the yurt too. And this is just like, this is the very first like base setup. So there's obviously lots of room for expansion. So it'll kind of grow with time. And there'll be a lot more animals than just foxes here as well. How many foxes will this rescue take? That could be a lot. So with our first setup, you know, if we had 4 foxes in every run, let's see, 4, 16, 32 plus back here. I mean, just for our like initial setup, we technically could handle probably about like 40 foxes, but that also would have to depend on them getting along. So all said and done, we could probably house pretty comfortably like 100 foxes here, I think, which with lots of room too.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that's what we are licensed for as well. So I'll show you guys inside the yurt because they're pretty awesome.
Aren't we licensed for 100 altogether between Minnesota?
Yeah, but it's easy to switch it. So this is inside the yurt. Whoo, it's hot in here. So we'll have just kind of a very basic setup in here. Some flooring that doesn't absorb urine because the foxes pee everywhere, especially because they'll be excited because they'll be hanging out with one of you guys, whoever's here. And then it's got a cool skylight. I'm also probably going to install an air conditioning in here somewhere because holy moly, it gets hot. Yep, and I think that's about it for now. There'll be a lot of other stuff upcoming. You can see there's even a, well, maybe you can see it, I don't know. The picture's probably not very great, but there's another cage up here. Finnegan is not available for adoption. No.
Over my dead body.
Yeah, you'd have to kill Mikayla first, so.
Yeah.
And me, and probably like 50 other people, so. Small insects are crazy in
And he
Florida.
wouldn't be laughing anymore either.
No, he wouldn't.
Finnegan foxes are very like accustomed to their specific people. So yeah, definitely not just anybody can go up and make Finnegan laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Only like 3 people maybe.
Yeah.
3 or 4 people.
Yep, that's about it. So I think we're kind of going to wrap it up now and get back to work. And we haven't really done any live streams. I kind of enjoy it, so we'll do some later for sure.
With better video quality.
Yes, they'll turn out a lot better in Minnesota, I promised. Yeah, sorry about the quality. Okay, bye-bye everyone.